What if I told you that NASA has launched missions that the public wasn't supposed to know about? Missions hidden in classified documents. Missions that never appeared in press conferences. Missions that some former employees still refuse to talk about. Today, we uncover the most mysterious, lesser-known, and allegedly secret NASA missions that have fueled decades of speculation. Welcome to NASA's secret missions you never heard of. In 1959, before NASA landed a human on the moon, they had a more shocking idea: a military base on the moon. This top-secret plan was called Project Horizon. The mission's objective? Install a base on the moon, place surveillance equipment, potentially deploy nuclear weapons, ensure the US controlled the moon before the Soviet Union did. NASA planners believed the moon would become the ultimate strategic military high ground. Documents later revealed that NASA estimated a gigantic launch schedule. Over 200 rockets would be needed to carry all materials to build a lunar base. And here's the unsettling part. The base was to be manned by 12 permanent astronauts living underground, powered by nuclear energy. For years, the public had no clue. The documents were only declassified in the 1990s. If building a base on the moon wasn't shocking enough, the next secret project is even more unbelievable. NASA scientists were part of a plan called Project A119, led by the US Air Force. The mission objective? Detonate a nuclear bomb on the moon. Yes, on the moon. Why? To show power. To demonstrate technological supremacy to the Soviet Union during the Cold War. A massive flash visible from Earth would prove that the US was capable of reaching, with precision, outside Earth. One of the scientists involved was a young graduate student you might know, Carl Sagan. He later became a famous astronomer and science communicator, but he had secretly worked on calculating nuclear dust patterns for the moon explosion. The plan was eventually dropped because it had no scientific value, it could contaminate the lunar surface, the public would react negatively to nuking the moon. But the documents were classified for decades until they leaked. Most people think Apollo 17 was the final moon mission, but that's not the whole truth. NASA actually planned Apollo 18, 19, and 20. These missions were fully designed, astronauts selected, launch dates proposed. So what happened? Official explanation? Budget cuts, plus political pressure, plus risk. Unofficial theories? That's where things get interesting. A belief widely circulated among independent researchers is that one of the cancelled missions was secretly launched. Some say Apollo 18 discovered strange signals on the far side of the moon, artificial structures, anomalies that NASA allegedly decided not to reveal. One piece of footage surfaced online, claiming to show astronauts entering a crash-landed craft on the moon, though NASA completely denies its authenticity. Did a secret mission launch? Or is it just a myth created by missing documents? We may never know. Orbiting Earth is something mysterious, something NASA rarely addresses publicly. It's known as the Black Knight satellite. According to enthusiasts, this object has been orbiting Earth for thousands of years, emits unexplained radio signals, appears in multiple NASA space photographs. NASA claims it's just a thermal blanket lost during a mission. But engineers who've tracked the object say its orbit is not consistent with typical space debris. Some reports claim NASA has collected radio signals matching patterns, has tracked the object since the 1960s, has redacted data about it from public logs. Whether alien technology or strange debris. NASA isn't telling us everything. During the 1980s, the Space Shuttle was not just a civilian program. NASA conducted several classified missions in cooperation with the US Department of Defense. These flights had unknown payloads, carried classified military equipment, released satellites not listed in NASA statements, had astronauts whose work remains secret even today. A completely classified shuttle mission carrying a mystery payload believed to be a spy satellite. Launched at night. Destination unknown. Payload classified. Even the astronauts couldn't discuss what they did in orbit. Documents show part of the crew believed they were deploying early-stage military surveillance devices. NASA publicly calls them defense support missions, but the details remain hidden. NASA officially claims it has no proof of alien life, but recently released communication logs show NASA has detected unexplained radio bursts, non-random repeating signals, unidentified flashes on the far side of the Moon. Several of these were marked classified national security. A former NASA employee once stated, "NASA receives signals we can't decode. We simply don't release them unless absolutely necessary." Is NASA hiding alien contact or protecting the public from panic? We're left with more questions than answers. NASA is one of the most open science organizations on Earth, but it is also tied to military and government agencies that deal with classified technology, national security, and intelligence. What we've explored today may be forgotten missions, cancelled missions, half-truths, or real secrets hidden within thousands of pages of redacted files. The universe is much bigger and much stranger than we can imagine. And maybe NASA knows more than it tells us. If you want more deep dive videos like this, including secret missions, hidden science, and unexplained space mysteries, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications.